I'm drinking some more water. They're part of the show.
They really are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay, so everyone can see us. They like the makeup. Okay. So if we need, we do that. Let's just
Why am I
keep
drinking with
that in
both
mind.
hands? Oh boy.
I try not to question you anymore.
Why did you do that? I like seeing the names.
I don't like it that way.
What is the language beside Yeshua's image?
He's saying it's about flow, but what does it mean to you? Light language is very personal. So it's going to activate something deep within you, you know? So how does it make you feel?
I just got in. You were saying hosting another. Oh my god, hiccups.
I was host in another meeting into just now. Hey, Suna.
Hi. The prayer shawl on your head makes you look especially like
well, I gave into the prayer shawl because it's so grounding, and today I felt like I was needing it, so I wanted to put it on my crown chakra, and I was like, okay, I'm doing this today.
I left the blanket on your chair. Where is it?
It's here on my chair.
Thank you. Just so I can put it on my legs.
Like the new painting. Yeah, I did this one first, and then I was like, I don't know if I like it. And then I did the other one, and I was like, I think I'm gonna. We have options, so we decided using this one today. And just by coincidence, everything is black today, which was not planned at all. And then I sat here and I was like, I'm wearing black, you're wearing black, Yeshua is wearing black. What's happening?
Yeah. And I was gonna put on a black makeup, and Yeshua was like, no, put some color.
Yeah, give me some glitter. The shawl is really, really beautiful. It's Maria's and Maria her shawl. And she made this one for me, and I love it so much. I use it every time I trans channel. I use it because it's so grounding. But I put it under my seat, you know. And this time Yeshua was like, let's put it on your head. And I was like, I'm gonna be hot. He's like, well,
you are already.
Yeah. And I was like, well, that's a line. So love your drawings. You're such a great artist. Well, I copied this from another artist. So don't think I can take much credit.
Wow, still skills.
I amplified another drawing. But yeah, thanks anyways. I noticed that I'm wearing black today too with blue from Chinese medicine. It means there is a strain on the kidneys. We need to drink more water and rest. I've been feeling that, Suna.
Cheers.
Let's drink some water with my light language mug.
Is my Simba mug?
I'm having some plant medicine. I don't know how. I think there's the name. Mugwort, which we call Artemisa. I don't know. Because I was feeling like nurturing my womb today felt necessary. So how's everyone doing in this Easter day? How's your Easter? How do you even celebrate Easter? I think by a cultural kind of thing we do, Flavia and I, but we don't. You know, but I ended up getting Easter eggs because because chocolate. But yeah, besides that, happy Easter, everyone. Almost feels like coming full circle from a year ago, right? Yes. That was the first channeling that we did, and it was so much fun. We recorded it on our phones and we posted it because we didn't have any setup or anything. So yeah,
that is true.
It was
so
nice.
I'm not in the Easter feeling at all. Like it doesn't matter at all. Feels like any other day.
Yeah. Tell me about it,
Add
David.
some chocolate and it's Easter.
So then every day for me is Easter.
Sister.
Lunch party at 1. Happy Easter before I go. Yay. So we have the Q&A session here. Yeshua is very active today, right? He is very popular today.
Right.
More than usual. So he's excited to talk to you. He's in a very light mood, as he always is, making funs and stuff. So yeah, I made vegan chocolate cheesecake.
Oh
Oh my
boy.
god, Evelyn, why would you say that? That sounds awesome.
Oh,
Just resting today. Yeah. Sounds nice, Randy.
look how much our family has grown in a year.
Right? It's so amazing. So
Yeah.
so beautiful. I'm
Just
so thankful for all of you.
yeah. Me
Yasha's
too.
been making me cry today, so if it happens, just know it's his fault. I'm blaming him. So I raised my hand already, as I hope to ask the question live and go to sleep working in the morning. Okay, Eva. We are going to do it as we did the last one with Yeshua. So it's gonna be half and half. I'm gonna be half awake and half asleep. Um, so let us know if you want to wait until I go into trance for you to be on screen, or if you want to just come on screen while we are answering the other questions.
Yeah.
It's fine either way.
Just saw Flavia 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flav is also very popular today, Yesh was saying. I'm eating some tacos and enjoying both. Yay.
It's so amazing Easter. Yay. I listened to Yeshua through Tina Louise spouting this morning. He said this isolation is getting us out of our consumerism habits, buying candy, etc. So we can back to real meaning simple things.
Yeah. Which is good.
I like that.
Same here, Evelyn.
Yes.
I feel the same way. Shua made chocolate brownies for a friend and her family. Then I made ginger orange turmeric blondies from you. Wow.
Wow. What is blondies?
It's like a
cookie?
like a blonde brownie,
Oh.
if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So as soon as we get in transfer, we will invite you first, Eva.
Okay.
Now I want cheesecake. I know, right? I love cheesecake so much. So delighted to be here. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I don't celebrate Easter, although I have been watching videos of my nephews with their chocolates, and it makes me happy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I just saw.
Yeah, we just saw her
cousin.
and my brother too sent me a message because I sent him an egg, and he was like, "It's so delicious, thank you."
Why do we tend to make holidays all about food?
Right? It's like an excuse. Like, let's eat our weight in chocolate today because of yes, right?
I love that though.
Because we love food.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm Christian Orthodox and I miss Easter. It's not only about chocolate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it really isn't. And it's very personal too.
Yeah.
Food is a way of connecting. I like that. Connecting to our bodies too, I feel like. It should be about dancing. I know, Suna. I've been feeling so much like dancing and didn't have time for it today, but I plan on starting tomorrow.
We have been saying that for a year.
No, but I'm saying now, with or without you, don't care.
Okay. I have a German chocolate gob set aside for later. It's like 2 pieces of chocolate cake with coconut icing in the middle.
I like that.
Like prestigio.
Yeah.
If chocolate was illegal, I would be in big trouble.
Same
right?
here.
That wouldn't stop me.
7 is dancing sooner. Oh my god. Yeshua has been singing. Well, not very singing. He just screams out of nowhere in the house. The Michael Jackson. And then he just starts dancing, which made me visualize him and Suna dancing together. Hi, Erica. I'm late from
Hi.
prepping my food, so that's funny. I pop in the chat when they're talking about food, right?
Of course.
You didn't miss much. We're just been chatting. We do that
Yeah.
every time. If it's your first time here, we always like
Chat a
chat and
little.
yeah, get everyone centered before we start. So we talk a little bit and then we start. It's like that every
Yeah.
time.
Oh boy, it's scrolling down fast. Me and Lily were just dancing and it was not cute, but really fun.
Yeah, I get you.
Can you share with us all?
Mm,
What?
yeah, we need to create a technology that allows us to
Oh, the
share
food.
food
Yeah.
somehow.
Oh,
Like we're
yes.
doing this, like talking now. I think next step should be
Mhm.
sharing food.
Yeah. Remember that scene in the Chocolate Factory movie that they use a
Yeah,
huge chocolate bar to get a normal sized one?
yeah, and then we can send it to
Yeah.
another.
So fun.
That's
Mm.
nice.
Yeah, she has been singing Never Gonna Give You Up all day long.
I can't hear that song anymore.
Right.
Yes, he ruined it for all of us.
Collective Food Journal.
Oh, he's saying that we've been Yeshua'd, like Nick,
Oh no.
Rick rolled. Oh my god.
Doing yoga is like dancing for me too.
Yes.
I buy them from the store. They are local to where I live in Pennsylvania.
He
Oh.
scratch and lick, right? Exactly. Smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision. That'll be awesome. Scratch and lick. I like that. Oh gosh. So we don't have only Yeshua today. Hey Leo is very present too. But I'll be trans channeling Yeshua. But Hey Leo's been around a lot, Hiba. He's always around a lot. But yeah. And of course, Mary Magdalene. Anyhow, let's check the first question. So put your questions in the Q&A session, please. And we'll start answering them. Yeshua is just saying hi to everyone. He's very pleased that 1 year from where we started that we are still here and the family is even bigger. So thank you very much, he says.
Yes. Can I go on screen for this? Yes. Do you want to come
Yes.
now or in the trance?
Alana,
Alana.
do you want to ask your question for us now?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's mine?
Oh, I forgot that we can. I'll share.
Just a second.
Oh,
And if
boy.
anyone else wants to come on screen while I'm not in trance, you're welcome to.
Mhm.
And that's the other thing, because we used to do this only in trance, but then I would miss everything. And the first thing, I love talking to you guys, and I love like interacting and knowing what's going on with you and everything. So that's why we talk about like every time we have this conversation. And then I was like, well, I shouldn't be in trance all the time if I could, do both. But yeah, so that's why we do it, because I want to participate too. I don't want to be just sleeping. So we're gonna call you, Alana.
I forgot to. I was gonna put the lights a little down.
Because you look pale as a ghost.
No, because it's very strong.
It is
My
a little,
eyes.
but it's okay. My eyes.
My eyes.
That was Phoebe, by the way.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you guys.
Good
Happy
to see you
anniversary.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Should I read my question?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yes.
Where did it go?
Oh, sorry. It was me. My fault. It is in answered.
What?
Okay.
Oh, it's not. It's just in the top of
We're
the...
gonna read your question. Don't worry. What messages does Yeshua have for me and those of us wanting a romantic relationship but haven't come across a partner that can fill our cups? What message of encouragement do you have for those of us that refuse to settle? Do you want to give any background or anything?
Um,
Can you close that?
it's just been a while, and I've had lots of challenges throughout the year with realizing my, not throughout the year, but throughout the past years, realizing my worth and potential, and realizing that there's a lot of people out there who are not emotionally available. And it was a big lesson for me to realize, okay, well, these emotionally unavailable men are just not worth my time. So now that I've discovered that, I just like to know what messages of like hope, just to like keep us going, because of course we have lonely days and everything,
Yeah.
and I sometimes like, oh, maybe I'll just like message this guy because it'd be nice to have some affection and some type of connection.
Yes. And then some days we are just like, I'm fine. I can do this, right? And then some days we go like, really wish I
Yeah.
had someone right now to cuddle.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
saying that that feeling is it's normal, it's beautiful, and that's the first thing, not to judge yourself for any of that, and to wanting to have a physical connection with another being, because that's something that is so natural to our bodies that most of us, we are wired to that. So that's the first thing that he's saying. And he was also mentioning that as you are doing this inner alchemy, with yourself, and not wanting to settle for something that is not 100% loving to you, you stopped uh, attracting those kinds of beings. So he's saying that the biggest step you already took, because you are valuing and loving yourself enough to the point where you are not even being a beacon for that kind of energy anymore, so they don't show up because they don't align to your frequency. So the thing is now is knowing that those beings that do align, they come when divine timing is at place, and he's saying that sometimes we get a little, it's like we are in a hush to do something, or we go like, oh my god, I don't have patience for this anymore, let's move, let's do it. And he's saying that we are going through such a big shift right now, that beings that are awakening at this time and they are aligning to our frequencies in this way, they are starting their path right now also, so it's a balance between all of those little nuances of a relationship that we are experiencing as a whole right now, and that we are constantly manifesting all kinds of things. So it's important to give yourself space to appreciate your space, and to also create a space where you can accommodate another being. Does it make sense?
Like physically create that space, or
No,
energetically create it?
it doesn't need to be physically, but maybe yes. And he says that yes, that because then you have like a visual kind of thing to help you with that. um but it's not necessary, but mostly like emotionally, that you come into terms with yourself to understand that, okay, that trauma, I'm done, and that doesn't need to come back, and that will not come back. So you just like don't focus on that anymore, those things that were not loving to you, and then focus on that perfect partner that is going to fulfill everything that is loving for you at this time. So keeping your focus on that thing that you want, and not those other beings, that already moved past, your expression right now. Does it make sense?
It does. Does Yeshua have like, does he have anything to say about like, I know that I need to be patient, but
He
in
said,
those
I saw
moments,
this coming. Come on, sister.
in those moments of weakness,
Okay.
what does he have to say
He's
to like
saying,
help lift us up out of the clouds?
okay, he's saying having compassion for you in those times, and also feeling creative, because every time your inner child is told no, he goes like, oh, you watch me, I'm gonna do something with this, because that's just a natural reaction of your inner child. So give your inner child something else to be entertained with, maybe, maybe along the same line, maybe anything at all that could make you feel more creative at that point would help with that, he's saying, because every time we feel stuck and then we get bored, that natural thing that God has is that God wants to create every time he gets bored. And then maybe you want to create texting someone, so
Mm.
writing a letter for your twin flame, thanking that being for everything that they show you, and all the love and all the unconditional love, instead of texting someone that you don't feel like is loving for you, then write a letter to your twin flame, or paint something, or dance, or anything at all that you can move that energy, so you don't feel, so you are not stuck in that frequency of being alone, for example.
Mm-hmm. I wish Yeshua would tell me, like, don't worry, Alana, in 3 months this
Yeah.
guy is gonna come.
I tell him that too sometimes, like, can't you just give me like a time frame, that we
Yeah.
get annoyed, and he's like, who am I to tell God what time God wants to create,
Yeah.
so, and know that right now Earth is in a resting state as a general, so using that time to focus your intention with your alchemy, and to focus your intention in your emotions, and to work with all of those things and enjoy this time as a whole, and also to have compassion for those little sleeps, as you call them. It's like, oh my God, but I feel alone today, and why? And then we start going into that madness. It's like, oh my God, but I've worked so much on this, why am I feeling like this again? Am I going back? And then just having compassion and holding space for yourself in those times, because the more we put energy into it not happening, the more it doesn't happen. And then the more we blame ourselves because we put the energy and the thing is not happening, the more it doesn't happen, right? So that's why he tells you to be creative with that energy.
Okay. Thank you, ladies.
He's like, I don't think I helped much, but
no, it's confirmation. And I think like other people wanted to hear this as well. So I think that's also why I felt urged to talk about this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Let's see. So don't worry, Elena. In 3 months, you have your dream. Okay, is the mic in front of you?
A little bit, but it's okay. There's no way it won't be. There's no way to put it. It's okay.
Next question. Can Yeshua elaborate on the asteroid to come into 2040 and how it will benefit humanity?
I'm dodging my own triggers at this time because I was mad at him for saying that, to be honest with you. And I don't want to rant about that. So I'm just giving my inner child some time to chill. And he's just smiling at me because he's like, you see how we play? Okay. So he's saying that the first thing that he would like to mention now and explain a little bit is how we manifest our realities and how we can choose what timeline to align with. And he's saying that it was said so we could be presented with the choice, the hard choice, into choosing that or not. Because everything that is created by us as an individual and us as a collective is happening simultaneously, and we can always choose, so we might not experience that, and we might experience that in a completely different way than other beings will. And he's saying that right now you're having a critic example of that. Some of us are experiencing what is happening globally right now. And you guys know that I don't even like to say the name of the thing because, again, that's the rant that I did, and I'm not going to do it again. That I think that the more we talk about it, in a good way, in a bad way, the universe doesn't understand any of that, and we are giving him more energy, and I don't understand why we should give him more energy. So that's the way that those things are coming to me as a channel right now. And there are other beings and other channels that they receive messages that will align with a certain type of awareness, of a different level of awareness, and that's why we chose to do this together. And that's how it's so beautiful, and that's why it's so beautiful that we all have this we touch people in different levels of awareness. And Yeshua has been talking about that non-stop for the past year, right? It's like he was preparing us for that. And I feel that also it's very important for us to hold space for everyone in all expressions and have respect for their divinity, in the way that they express their divinity and the way that they teach and touch people, so I feel that as well. So that's not something that triggers me, but in my space, in my ability to touch and teach people, that's not something that I want to do, as give more energy to this asteroid kind of thing. Do you understand? So that's why it triggers me. But then I try to get out of my own way and take away my own filters, so then I don't taint the message that comes from Yeshua to you, because I don't think it will be fair, So that's why we say that I'm, coming to terms with my triggers and dodging them, just giving you some background if you're new. That's why this happens. So the thing with the asteroid is that he said that so we would have the choice, so we would understand we always have that choice. And it's the same thing with what's happening right now. So how do you want to experience that? How do you want to create that? And do you? That's why he brings those uh, difficult crossroads, and all beings bring those difficult crossroads, So as soon as I heard it, I was like, why are you telling people this? Because I can see that light of fear going on people, And I'm like, why are we doing this? Because it doesn't look loving. And I was mad at him. I'm like, why would you say that? And then he was just sitting there and laughing. And he was like, don't worry, someone is going to ask you that today. And I'm like, oh no. And then it was because other people needed to listen. And then he told me that as well, because we will have a different perspective. Because that's the other thing. Like with Pamela and I, we channel slightly different aspects of Yeshua, and you can probably see and feel that, which is awesome too, because they all have, like, we channel different aspects of Hillel, we channel different aspects of Mary Magdalene. Even though it's the same kind of energy, they have so many facets, right? So I was very intrigued too when I heard that. And then he was like, well, that's why. So then we can explore all the diversity of God as one, So the meaning is never to bring up fear. And I know that for a fact, like Pamela would never say something that would I'm going to say that because it's going to instigate fear. Obviously not. And it wasn't even her. She was absolutely out of it. She probably doesn't even know, what was said. And probably other people will come and ask her, about that too. And the amount of respect and love that I have for her and her role, for all of us right now, oh my God. I mean, I can't even express that with human words. But that's the only reason he's saying. That's the only thing. So we can learn to enjoy, respect, have compassion, and hold space for all fractals of divinity, for everything that God creates as an individual and as a collective. He's saying that's the bottom line of all of that. So if it triggers you, if it makes you feel something, he's saying, then I reached my point. So then there's something there that can help you, that can teach you, that can show you how to love that, And then I was like, okay, no, I'm mad at you anymore. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Hope I'm not coming across as anything but loving, because I'm slightly triggered. Just Let me
Very
read what
loving.
people were saying.
Up there, like
Yeah. No, because they were talking about the other things first. And I
yeah,
don't
just
like miss
'cause,
what's happening in the chat. You know, I like seeing people talking about
it was
things.
here. Might be a bit personal, but I also highly recommend gifting and honoring yourself with the Doxy Die Cast massager. Works wonders with all that creative energy and curbing and rash decisions or the text messages. Here's
That's
the
really
link.
cool.
That's cool, Erica. What's funny is that I listened to the whole channel and didn't even hear Yeshua say that. Yeah.
He's saying that's how not aligned with it you are.
Mhm. Good reminders. Yeah. Did you scroll all that down?
I think so.
Oh.
Okay, I choose to experience love. Thank you, Yeshua. Yeah, and he's saying that we will always experience love. It's our way to see that, you know, because love is the only thing that is true and is the only thing there is. So how do you choose to experience those things and to view those things? You know, that's the most important thing, and that's why we are often presented with a choice. And I absolutely agree what you're saying, Jenny. That Pamela is bringing us into a huge alignment. And yes, she is such a master alchemist that everything, you know, I see all the dots connecting. I'm like, I see you. I get you. But yeah, and sometimes I just have so much compassion for her role because it has its tools. It does in all of us, right? So just send her so much love. I love her so much. Oh, by the way, the thing with Yeshua today, every time I see someone else channeling him, I bawl my eyes out. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this channel because it's right before hours and all of that. And then Yeshua is like, it's okay, you should. And I'm like, fine. And then as soon as he got like in her body and he started smiling, it's like bursting a balloon of tears in me. And I started crying for like 5 minutes straight, you know? And I'm like, that can happen. Because if Flavia starts trans channeling you, how am I supposed to interact with people? You know, that's
Right?
not gonna happen. You need to stop
I
doing
don't
that to
think I
me.
have ever cried in a channeling. Have I?
I think you have. But you can cry in a discreet
Discreet way,
yeah, kind
yeah.
of way. I can't.
I don't remember. Let's test that and have Flavia start channeling him now. Right now. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
we should. I tell her that all the time, and she just goes like, ha, 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 ha.
And you often talk. Do you want to come on screen, Sana? You said
You
you
should
can
come on screen,
Yeah, I think so
Suna.
too.
Your painting is in yellow today, right?
It was magic, which is
Witchcraft.
That's fine, Sana.
Okay, Suna, we're gonna call you.
We are bringing. Okay. Didn't see her answering, but now I saw it.
Oh yeah. We ask of everyone to be dressed.
Yeah.
Hi. Am I on?
Hi. Yes, you
Hi.
are on.
Okay. It's dark though. Sorry.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. It's good seeing you.
Yes.
I'll
You too.
fire so you get to see the fire. Then I have to pull my phone over here.
Is it cold there?
Not. I mean, yes and no. We were out hiking and it's cold enough to have a fire.
I like it.
Can't see anything
Oh,
really.
so beautiful.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's like we had in Portugal too.
Yes.
Yeah. So, oh, there I am. Okay. Yeah. So, should I?
Yeah.
just-
What do you want to ask?
Being you guys and being with everybody.
I know.
But I did want to ask this thing about, you were always talking about, oh yeah, in one time, this timeline it was this way, or in that timeline it was that way. And then a little bit about we have our own timelines, right?
Mm-hmm.
shifting timelines. If Yesh could talk a little bit more about that, how we choose timelines. I also wanted to ask him what timelines he preferred to choose, and just talk a little bit more about shifting timelines.
Okay. He is answering first how to shift your timelines and how they work. So he's saying that there are more timelines than you can perceive with a human mind, and that's by design too. So we don't overwhelm ourselves, our bodies, and our minds with all of that. And he's like, imagine if you already have a challenge sometimes to accommodate your mind and your ego with what you can see and perceive in one timeline. Imagine if you could see thousands of them all the time. It would be extremely overwhelming for you as a human being. So we chose it to be like that, and most humans choose to only perceive one timeline. And then he's saying that the thing that it occurs the same way that manifestations does. So like alchemy, that you put an intention, and where your intention lies, that's where your focus is. So then you are perceiving that one timeline in this current awareness that you are, because still there's a Suna that is doing something else. There's a Suna that is in the US. There's a Suna that is here. There's just all those kinds of things. And then he's saying, do you see how creative you are? How powerful you are? Because it also connects with my timeline and her timeline and everyone's timeline that is here, So it's a beautiful design. And he's saying that it's very intricate, that we could attempt to try to explain, but it, again, for the human brain, we don't have anything to relate to, with that. So the thing that he's saying, that the most simple way for us to understand it and how to remain in a timeline that feels more loving to you in this current awareness is to set your intention, and with two pillars, with your thoughts and your emotions, your feelings. Because one helps the other and one can handle the other. So he's saying that your feelings create the base for everything. And then your thoughts create everything that comes with that and all the details. And that's why one thought can change something in your reality very fast, but it doesn't disintegrate anything, and it doesn't move anything so much out of space. And then your feelings, they are that more stable kind of part of your reality. So keeping those aligned with your focus and your intention, that's where you are experiencing the most loving timeline for you. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, actually, in relating to that too, is I have felt a couple of times now that the intention that Yeshua and Mary Magdalene have made, that it's coming to reality now. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that, yes, because you are aligned to that right now. So all of us as a collective, we are aligned to that intention that we set 2,000 years ago in our own perception. But still, he's like, and if we want to go deeper, and now he's starting to like uh philosophize, I don't know how to say that too. Yeah, right, yeah. That we are still in that timeline right now, and we can connect to that just by sheer intention. We are still living that at this present moment, because everything is just a ball of God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the other question? Which ones he chose to focus?
No, I was asking what Yeshua's preferred timelines are. I mean, there's so many different stories of what happened with him and such. And that might be a big question. He can just maybe.
He's saying that, well, there are a couple of answers for that, because he lives within us. So the one that we appreciate the most, that's the one that he appreciates the most within us. And he's like, well, but that's not the answer that he wants. And then he goes like, the ones where everything in my life can be perceived as a path from and towards love. That's what I prefer to see.
Okay.
No sadness, no suffering, no you know, and only love, even though all of those things were present. And he experienced everything. He experienced grief, he experienced all kinds of things, even dark night of a soul, but still it was with love in mind and in heart.
What a blessing.
Yeah.
So good.
That's
Okay.
lovely.
Mhm.
So nice to see you. I miss
It's
you.
so good. Yeah.
Let you go.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Love
Love
you.
Bye.
My eye is watering. In the
Yeshua is like,
corner.
yeah, that's because you say I'll make you cry. You see?
That's not crying. Stop it, Yeshua. I see salamanders, fire elemental beings in the fire. That's
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see
Next
another.
question. Could he explain why the activations had to happen during these times, needing light language activations that they asked me to do?
Thank you, beloved Yeshi. He's saying that because they help people calibrate the body, they help stabilize people in a frequency that is loving for them. That's what the activations are doing, Ludmila, and they are awesome, by the way.
Yes.
So freaking cool. Ludmila did like a card reading and a light language activation for
Yeah.
the both of us.
So
Oh
much fun.
god, I did mine today and I'm still integrating it. So cool.
It was amazing. If the demonstration on the cross and resurrection for humanity was your primary mission, what would you consider our most important demonstration is to humanity at this time?
He's saying that the metaphor matters not if you are not focusing on love. You know? So, and he's saying that, well, the physical is the metaphor, not the metaphysical. Now you're just confusing people. He's like, oh, explain. Um, so everything that you could see with your human eyes as me being put on the cross and the resurrection happening before your eyes, that's a metaphor for my initiate.
Now that it was being live on YouTube, and then I looked at the time and it was 44 minutes, 44 seconds, and I saw the
4
participants, and we
seconds.
have 44 participants, and then it came back to 44 minutes and 4 seconds. And I'm like, what's
Aliens are amongst us.
so much? Yeah.
Us. That was trippy.
Yeah, I was tripping here and I was looking at everything. So crazy. I passed out after listening to mine. So powerful.
Right?
Me too.
Yeah.
And I had such crazy dreams. Angels among us. Yeah.
Yes.
I struggle with the trauma of my fiance passing and that I couldn't be with him. Does Yeshua have a message for me regarding this?
He's saying, be at peace, for this being is at peace. And that was their own rebirth. They were born anew in a beautiful reality that only shows and expresses love in its highest dimensional form. And that being had never really gone anyway or anywhere. They are still with you. There are so many fractals of that being that is still being presented to you in so many ways and forms, on birds and dogs and relatives, and most importantly, in yourself. So forgive yourself for the perception of separation, because it had never been true and will never be.
What is the truth regarding the book of Revelations in the Bible?
That's one of those questions that I can't understand. Uh, okay, I'm just letting him, I'm getting myself completely out of the way and letting him answer. He's saying that truth is very, very subjective on earth. So, what about that is true for you in your current reality? It might not be true 2 days from now, or 2 years, or 20. It might not be true 2 seconds from now. But stay in the now and ask yourself, is any of that true for me now? And most importantly, is any of that relevant for me now? How it affects other beings? Honestly, it's none of your business. And he says that with the most loving, compassionate way possible. I don't believe any of it, but so many others do. He's saying, so that's their business.
I was just thinking, how dramatic is the translation of the Revelations book in the Bible?
I
Because
have
it's
no idea what that
apocalypse.
is. Oh, the apocalypse?
Yeah,
Oh, come on.
because if you think like Revelations, okay, it's revealing something.
I'm on the
I don't
same
know.
page that
Yeah.
you are, Rose.
Like what?
It's like,
Yeah.
as humans, sometimes we want to do things so dramatically, right? And then when we manifest that, we go like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? So, well, we've been prophesizing this for millennia. But yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying that it's worth mentioning right now that so many of us are here to redirect the energy, and that we need to stop feeling guilty for not being in the same frequency length that the collective is, or even just a smaller collective is. He's saying that that can go for so many of you in this time. So that's a very important message for many of you, including the both of you, they're saying. It's okay to feel okay. It's okay to not relate to what is insane in the world. It's beautiful because then you are redirecting the energy to another place, and again, your truth is so subjective on earth. And but in this space that you are not directing people by force. You are directing them by light and love. And that's the only thing you're here to do. So why do you keep blaming yourselves for not joining in the insanity? He's saying that he sees so many people waking up right now in the channels like, oh, you're talking to me. And he's saying, yes, I am talking to you. If you felt like you are an outcast in this insane outbreak, yes, you are. And you came here to be an outcast. You came here to be the odd one of the group. That's exactly what you are here to do. And it's not only okay, it's beautiful and extremely necessary, such as so many beings being in another frequency length is so beautiful and necessary. So don't diminish yourself, your power, and your beauty and your divinity by comparing yourself to others. Please stop that. Is Lilith also here, Annie? Oh, yes. She is one of the things that I've integrated the most in me. So she is always here. Every time anyone talks about that's Yasha, every time anyone talks about insanity, they blame Lilith. And then Lilith just showed up like full on red. She's like in a human body, but her skin is red, like that guy from Captain America. And she's just watching us like, bitch, really? You're blaming me?
Next question. You're always saying how powerful we are. If we are born powerful, why it takes us our whole life to remember that and feel it and put it in the world? Is there a timeline where everybody feels how powerful they are all the time? How does it look like?
He says that yes, but not on Earth. Because Earth, the power that is granted by you to work on Earth is exactly that. He's saying the sheer amount of power that takes one to go into a forgetfulness, is that the word?
Mhm.
Is incredible. It's way harder for you to forget your divinity than for you to remember your divinity. And he's like, well, I know you don't agree. You may shoot me with other questions.
Well, it makes total sense. Imagine like you learned something and then how it wants to know, you know. So how
Yeah.
hard would it be
How
to
it-
unknow or
and
to
unsee.
forget? Yeah,
Right? Absolutely.
makes total
That
sense.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Even on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
No, Lilith, it's not your show.
Oh boy.
No. Because then you know what happens.
Can you actually talk about the science of light and the etheric that he mentioned earlier during Pamela's channeling?
I would not like to personally to redo things that Pamela did because it does absolutely no good for me and my ego, and it just triggers me. I'm so sorry, but I'm just being authentic with you, because every time it's like she gave an information and then I feel so pressured to be on the same line that she was, because I don't want to be unethical and not respect her, you know, in her things. Because if I receive a message differently, I'm like, oh my god, that's not right, because I respect her so much as a channel, you know. And I do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm so sorry, but I don't think I can respond with that without my filters, you know. And just by saying that, it's so hard for me, but I have to. My face is burning so bad because it doesn't feel loving to me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And if the subject, if Yeshua feels like talking, whatever it is, it will come in between another answer. And
Yeah, he will
the
address
information
you
that
if it's an information that is important for you to know. He will come in between the little
Mhm.
nooks and crannies, as he's saying, and he will tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not good for my ego in my own, you know, it's hard.
For several weeks now, when I meditate while listening to 936
I'm
hertz,
still breathing. Sorry, I'm
Sorry.
not listening anything.
Okay.
You're
you
saying.
back?
Just a second. I
Okay.
am.
Just a second, I am. Not yet. You just remind
Love you
me
guys
of
too.
sleeping. Ah, good.
Okay.
Okay. For several weeks now, when I meditate while listening to 936 hertz with binaural beats, every 5 minutes I hear what sounds like a tiny marble swirling around in my head, and it lasts for 30 seconds of swirling. What is it? What can I do with this? I am
The
at
way
peace and excited with it.
the way that Yeshua is saying is that it's like it's opening space for more awareness. That's what it does, you know. So let's say that if your pineal gland is at all calcified, it's that thing coming out, you know. And he's not saying that it is. He's saying that just by the things that sometimes we eat or things that we've been doing our whole lives, there's a little calcification in everyone's pineal gland in our age. So it opens a space for more awareness. That's what that does for you.
Mhm.
And he loves that frequency. That's his favorite.
Next one. On Friday, you talked to us about your lives in the American continent. Did you also use portals or visit the inner earth? When and why did you choose to leave the earthly plane after this long life?
He's saying that yes, and he would be everywhere and visit everywhere because he was such a master of bilocation that he could actually manifest a semi physical body in those places where he went, you know, in only his awareness. He was also a multidimensional channel, so he could be anywhere in any given time. So he's saying that yes, that's one of the places that he would go. And that both himself and Mary Magdalene, they chose to release the body when they felt like they've enjoyed it in its fullest, and they've done everything they could think of in those bodies. And the thing is that he's showing me how multidimensional we are. And he was already born in other bodies with the same essence of Yeshua before he released that body, because time doesn't exist. So he said that they just chose to experience different things with that same awareness. So both of them went to Tibet, I think, and they released the body at the same time, Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and they didn't even leave like a body behind. They just became light and evaporated in a way. And now he's showing me Avengers, which is just sad. Don't do that. Yeah, so
Well,
he became glitter.
If
in
they
the
come
air.
back the same way,
That's
open
kind of
it.
awesome. It's like on your left.
And then every single being, Saint Germain and everyone.
Can you
just
imagine how cool that would be?
It's so cool.
It's like here now on camera for everyone to
Yeah.
see. Then there's a light here, and then they come. Are you ready yet for us?
Vienna's heart earrings. Is it? I have a pair in gold. So fab.
I don't know.
Me
Let
too.
me see.
Me neither. I came back
That's
to
my
my
last
room,
name.
and there were 3 pairs of it there. So I figured it was a present in Sintra in Dawn's
Oh,
bag with your
Oh.
scarf.
I have no idea what that means. The Vienna heart,
I think it is the name of the brand, isn't it?
because that's my last name. Because
Yeah.
my name is not Annie. I'm not
Ooh,
Rios.
for those who don't know.
Wow.
that. Yeah. Oh, it's a love story made of. No,
Oh.
okay, makes
Well,
sense. I didn't know that. Thank you for the
Right.
information.
They sell them all over Sintra.
Yeah,
Mm.
cool.
Now I'm seeing Yeshua, Halo, and Lilith in those Super Friends tied costumes with capes. Just like with
Right?
the...
Oh boy.
Yeah, I see them too.
Next question. Hello, in the last few days, I have been called to go deeper into myself and to the master of breathing, particularly before bed. Any messages on this? I have been feeling activations.
He says that you're doing great. The thing is focusing on yourself now and focusing on those messages that are coming through your heart. That's why he's not giving you more, he says. You know what to do and you know how to be. Yeshua appeared as sparkles of gold and silver light filling in the room to David Fastigi, who received 70 teachings from Yeshua in 93. Wow, that's so cool. He's like, yeah, I can become sparkles. We know.
We know you like
Yeah.
sparkles.
Right? Look at our eyelids.
Yeah.
He possessed
nails.
us.
I have seen many bumper stickers and posts. Jesus is my co-pilot. I see you as more of a close friend and cheerleader. If, as a cheerleader, you had an uniform and a mascot, what would the mascot be?
Oh my God. I love the question, by the way. Okay. Oh my God. I'm first seeing him in a cheerleader costume, which is... What is the name?
So much respect.
You know, the fluffy thing you put around your neck, you know, in parties and stuff.
The
It's like
kind
yeah.
of stuff.
Oh my God, how is that called?
Boa?
Pom-pom. Yes, he is wearing a pom-pom skirt and a very tiny shirt that shows his belly button, which is not at all pretty, to be honest. Feather boa. Yes, that's what it is. And he is wearing his hair up in 2 like ponytails like this. I don't know how you call that, pigtails. I don't know how you call that either.
Fabulous.
Yes, absolutely, pigtails. Absolutely fabulous. And he has pom-poms also in his hand, and he's saying that, yes, I am your most enthusiastic cheerleader. Uh, and the mascot, oh god, he's showing me an alien, like a very, stereotypical alien, like a green alien wearing a oh god, a crown of flowers. He's saying that that's more accurate, the crown of flowers. And yeah, he's saying that that would be my mascot. The visuals though, guys.
Yeah.
Yellow pom-poms, yes. And his skirt is pink, like
Now,
light
every time
pink.
I see the cheerleaders, I'll see him dressed as a cheerleader also. Oh boy, what's happening? I don't remember the full story, but when we went to this story across the store across from
Oh,
Benfica, the shopkeeper said some royal guy was trying to win
the
the
heart of
heart
a
of
name
woman.
called Vienna in Portugal. And somehow fabulous earrings were made from them. Oh, that's really cool.
You know more than I do.
Thank you. I think I've heard that
Yeah.
before. I think in one of the pamphlets that you
Yeah.
collected.
And didn't read.
Yep.
Got it.
Oh god.
Okay. And you have my sympathy that you have to see those things.
Thank you. Bye, Dawn. See you soon.
Bye,
then.
Dawn. See ya.
I know,
Uh,
right? And then he shows up like in the middle of the night, dressed like that.
Mm.
He's like, ready for a laugh yet? I'm like, well, yeah, guess so.
Next question. Let me know when he wants to go into turns
Yeah.
to continue reading the questions. I would like to hear Mother Mary. Does she has a message? Say something from her perspective of Easter.
What? Where
It's
did he
strange.
go?
Oh, here.
Ah,
She's
so
so
not
not Lilith,
Lilith.
and
Yes.
stays in the background silently unless asked to
Mhm.
come forward. Loving, silently supportive mother. Yes.
Her perspective on Easter.
Yes.
Oh, she's so calming. We should ask her more often. Invite her more often. No, sit here with me. But then I go like this, no one
Yeah.
want to lay on her chest like it's nice. She's saying that as her awareness was very expensive in that point of Yeshua's life, she could see through so many things. And still, she was highly connected to the personality of Yeshua and to her own role as a mother and to the physicality of herself and her son. So, to tell you that it was easy for her to watch him going through that would not be true. Because, of course, it was. She was human too. Even though she was very aware and uh, very peaceful with everything. She was so certain of his mission, so certain of her mission. She didn't, the amount of faith and trust that she had and has is just so inspiring. We should invite her more to bring that,
Mhm.
uh, in our lives. The amount of trust in God within him and her and everyone else, and the amount of surrender that she had to go through as a mother. Also, that's what she's mentioning. To know and raise Yeshua, understanding that his mission wouldn't be easy if looked through the human eyes, and she was human, even though so aware. So it wasn't a simple task for her, and that's something that she was prepared for her whole life. And she's saying that in truth, they understood that Yeshua studied with masters that learned how to control the breath to the point where the body would be at rest for a certain period of time, and that then he could reanimate the same body, and that would also allow him to bring more of his light body, his ka, into his physicality, so then he could heal all the wounds and everything. They knew that that was possible because other beings had done it, and he studied with some of those beings. But still, she's saying it took him 3 days. you know? And then, even though her faith wasn't shaken, she could see all the timelines too, you know, and everything that would be probable to happen. So it wasn't something that was sure that would happen, that he would come back, at least not in her perception, in her focus, you know, in that timeline, and many others either. So she knew that remaining in a high frequency was the most important thing, not only for her, but everyone else that was connected to her in that umbilical cord, you know. And she's saying that it's not only in the physical, not only her kids and her kids' kids, but everyone else that had ever been touched by her energy. She was supporting all of them in her body and supporting and keeping everyone's frequency as high as possible, so then all of that transmutation could happen for Yeshua, so he could come back. So everyone played a role for him when he did that demonstration. And most importantly, those beings that were very, very close to him, like his mother and his wife and his children, you know. So she was there holding space for all of those beings that were grieving, and she was grieving. And she's saying that we might think that it's such a burden, but it was not. And she could only see love and respect and honor for all of those beings, you know. And she also needed to hold space for her own grief and her own humanity in that point, you know. She's telling me to what? My God, my throat just made a really weird noise. It's like Lilith is like, oh, you want to cage me? It's not gonna happen. Mother Mary's, her answer reminds me of how Yeshua and Mary Magdalene felt the heartache of challenges when Sarah went out to a word. Yes, she's saying that that's the same thing, because she's true mother, you know. And Yeshua was not her only child. She had more children, and she had grandchildren, and she had so many people in their community that kind of looked up to her, you know, and she guided them with all of that. So she said that it was a challenging role, but one that she took with utmost respect for her humanity. And that's the message she wants to convey for us right now, because so many of us are holding space in our bodies for that grieving that is happening on the planet right now. So hold the space for you, so you can grieve, even though you're not sad, even though it's not your grief. Your body is grieving, and your body is calling for attention. So that's why so many of you are feeling off lately, you know. That's why your body is telling you something other than what your heart is telling you. It's just because your body is helping you transmute all of that. So have compassion for you and mercy for your own roles right now as divine mothers and divine fathers on earth. She makes me a little light heads, like, woo.
Is it because she holds space for so many that Mother Mary is known as being of 1,000 roses?
She's like, you got it. Of course you do.
Hey, you want it? Got it.
I want it. I got it. Yeah, she's saying, I want it. I got it. And now he's hugging his mother, and I'm not watching because I don't want to cry.
Next question is how to master bilocation.
Yeshua says that the first thing to master is your breath. It's the most important thing in any kind of alchemy. We talk about that all the time. So that's the first thing. And then mastering the awareness that you are more than just this body. You are more than just this reality or this timeline or this plane of existence. So allowing yourself to be expansive, that's how you do it. And allowing yourself to surrender to those pieces of you. That's how you master bilocation.
Yeshua, you answered my question yesterday about the Garden of Gethsemane. Is that it? That is within us. Perhaps I was asking about your experiences in the desert, your experiences when you were going through the process of making your final decisions about your path. Just wondering if any of the process of the work you did at the time could help us now.
By the way, Joffrey, I knew that was what you were asking, and then he answered something else. And then I was like, oh, well, if if we didn't attend, he will probably ask again, and then you asked. Thank you. He's saying that he plays those games with us. It's to empower you, he says. He's saying that the period that we recognize now as the Lent period, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes. Well, if that's how you pronounce it. That's that's a whole other
It's
thing.
like, why am I asking you, right?
Yeah, I know it's written like that.
Um,
Lent.
He's saying that there was a time where he sat with his ego and his body and had a chat with everyone. So he's saying that everything that he learned throughout his life in alchemy and in all the teachings and every places that he traveled to, he always had an awareness that he had a work to do, a job to do, and that it wasn't chosen only by him. It was a collective choice, and he was embracing all of that collectiveness in his body at that time, and that he never saw himself as apart from physicality and apart from other beings that were physical, so that's one of the things that didn't come across as well as he would hope to in the scriptures, because he always felt as one with us and as one with his own humanity. So that's the thing that he learned all along. It was to listen, respect, love, and have compassion for his body and his ego, because he understood that God was in everything, and separating himself from his ego and separating himself from his body was another illusion. So he trained a lot in that, he said. But still, your mind, your body, your ego, sometimes they want to voice their opinions. And he's saying, again, I trained and I trained and I trained. So then I did the things that I trained to do. I went and I isolate myself in a physical form, and I went into a cave and I spent 37 days there, talking to myself, meditating, talking to my spirit guides, as you call them, and my fractals, talking to God within me, and coming into terms with the demonstration that I was supposed to offer to our collective, and coming into terms with how it would have a tool on the body, and understanding that I needed to have a certain frequency, a very specific frequency, so then I could come back to the body. And he's saying, because I really, 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 really wanted to come back to the body. But again, it wasn't a certain thing. He knew of people that had done it and he learned with it, but he's never tried. So, and he's saying that that's also one of the final alchemy initiations that he went through. And being alone with himself was part of the rite, so he could do all those other things that he did. He's like, I hope I attended to your question this time. He's saying, so that's how we can help you to know that it's okay to be afar from others in physicality, but it's still connected to them and to yourself, to the point where your frequency is so high that you can see that you can manifest anything. Because you always can. It's just a perception.
He said, really, 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 really want it. And my mind goes like, really, really, really want to zigzag out. Are you okay, Flavia? I am.
My son is listening, and he is all like, welcome back, Jesus. Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you, Jenny. What sports or activity could we visualize to exist in New Earth? Sorry. So many of the sports in 3D Earth are violent or winners versus losers. I'm trying to imagine something more in oneness.
He thinks, think dancing and think yoga with a very voice, I'm going to try to go faster through all the ones that he wants me to read now.
Okay.
Then we're going to take a little pee break, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna be in trance. Otherwise, we're gonna do this for 3
Ever.
hours again, which is probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let me just go through them. Thank you. You know, because it's fast. Her face, poor thing.
like piercing.
Oh, I'm sorry. So gross.
Don't do that.
Don't.
Clean.
Did our human collective shift compared to the space we were during the last Easter times? In which way? They say that there is more awareness now and there is space for more connection. That's how it changed. Woo. A frequency.
Yeah, I heard.
It came like a wave, like whoa. You can close that one if you want.
Okay.
How can we keep our frequency high when we're feeling pain in our hearts and grieving? He's saying that stop separating those terms as bad and good. You can grieve and still be in a high frequency. If you are aware of it, accepting, if you're holding compassion for any emotion, you are in a high frequency. If you are neglecting it, if you are pushing it aside, if you are shaming it, then you are in a low frequency. He's saying, does it make sense? Does it help? I kind of love that answer and that question too. Thank you, Kavita. Oh my God. Where did the bunny and eggs theme come from? I feel that Easter is the cutest holiday. The colors, the Christmas dinner vibe. He's saying it came from your creativity, and that's probably something you can find online in a better way than we could ever try to explain to you, because the way that he does it, if it's something that related to a time period, for example, he showers me with information from thousands of timelines. That's how I receive it too, so it's not his fault. But yeah, that's as as well as we are going to be able to answer you today. I feel strong pain in my back under my shoulder blade, and it's been there for a while, but it hurts so much every time I meditate. Could Yeshua tell me if it's a past life thing? He says that no, it's your heart chakra, and it's a point of exit for your heart chakra. So focus on the technology of compassion, because you are a vessel of compassion. So give that that point of exit more awareness, you know. And breathe, he's saying. I feel blank when I sit, sorry, and meditate on the direction of my. I need to. Feel blank when I sit and meditate in the direction of my focus of motivation to be doing something. Does this mean that it's a time for me to be and not do and be patient now? Yep, he's saying you got it. I have a desire to be useful, relevant. He's saying that you are always useful when you are in a frequency of love. You know, a frequency of compassion, frequency of just holding space for yourself and others. You're not being you're not helpful. You are extremely helpful right now. That's the best thing you can do at this time, is manage your own frequency, because then as a collective we rise.
Wait, what, it was this one?
Yeah, just my particular direction seems to be living in the now. Anything else? He's saying that the same thing that he told Alana in the beginning, whenever you're feeling bored, is because you are yearning to create. So be creative in any way you can, and don't be so picky about how to be creative. He's saying, it's like, he's talking about my paintings because I'm not great, but still I have fun with it, and I just use it as a means to be creative and to send blessings, you know. So just do whatever that brings you that feeling of being creative. You okay?
You saying you're not great. If I take some of your paintings, here's one. Oh,
No, I mean, but it's not like a professional kind of thing, you know?
there's no such thing.
Stop
in
mumbling
art.
there.
There's no such
Da da da.
thing in art.
Da da da. Yeah, that's true too. Because I would never tell anyone if I saw that.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh my God, you're not great. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that about myself. So yeah, I'm great. I'm
Art is not
awesome.
perfect.
Yeah, let's not say that. That's not good
Everything's
for
perfect.
anyone. And my purpose of being here is to remember and awaken. However, I still feel confused, even in my 50s, about what my purpose is and for how best to serve while I'm here. I teach, and it can be very challenging. I feel very disrespected and burned out. I know you have felt my sadness and frustration. Is this all reflections of myself that I am learning, that I am to be learning from? He's saying that we tend to blame ourselves when we get to that point where we think that, oh my God, if I'm feeling sad, is it because, or if people are triggering me, or if people are doing this or that, is it because I'm not good enough? And he's saying that that's the thought that needs to be removed. Can I be guided to something that I will love to do other than rather than dread? He's saying that that's so deep within your soul, and it will be extremely disempowering if anyone told you what to do and you would not like it, because then that's not freedom, it's dictation. What if Jesus told you today you should be doing this or that? That's not nice, that's not loving to you. So what he is offering you is going deep within you and trusting that that thing that makes your heart sing, that's your purpose. Not what the world's been telling you to do, not what your family's been telling you to do, not what your ego's been telling you to do. That thing deep within yourself that makes you sing, that makes you happy, that makes you flourish, that's your purpose. And abundance is everywhere because it is you, it's part of you. So let me see what the other thing was. How can I find peace in my job for 2 more years? He's saying, I'm gonna use bad words and you're gonna blame Lilith, and it's fine for me. Fine by me. He's saying, you could learn not to give a fuck. He's saying, she will understand. Let me see. No. Can I just continue Netflixing and hold a high vibration at the same time? He's saying, abso-freaking-lutely. And then he showed me like a big pot of popcorn, and he's eating it. And he's like, what if he's going like, what if I told you that that's what I do? Would you ever tell me, Yeshua, your body, Yeshua, that if I'm just sitting around in my couch watching Netflix, that I'm not holding a high frequency, a high vibration? You will probably not tell me that. So he's like, you too, you're the same.
Oh.
Does Yeshua, Mary, and Hilaf have a message for me? Or why would you do that? Okay, you should come on screen, Jennifer. He is calling you out. Did he have any concerns that he wouldn't be able to reanimate the body? He's saying that concerns is too hard of a word. He knew that it was probable, and the probability that he would was bigger than that he wouldn't, but he knew that could happen. And he felt grief for himself, his body, and his family, and his role at that time. That yes. How best can I serve people? I am ready to be a guide and facilitate emotional alchemy. He's saying, well, you're answering your question. Go for it. Again, does it make your heart sing? If so, do it.
Okay.
What?
She added
Okay.
things to her
I'm
question.
wondering that. Let me read that one. I'm wondering about the orbs that beam from my eyes. Why are they there? The purpose for healing? Are they portals? He's saying you're going too much into meanings, and meanings come from the ego. The ego needs meanings. What if it's just there because that's you? That's something new and beautiful and glorious and divine about you. Don't worry too much about giving it a meaning. And he's saying they never liked that answer when I gave them that answer. Shield me. Well, you're saying it is in my body. I don't know what else I could do to help you. I was just typing the other one about ours in my eyes, and he called me on screen. See, did it relate to the stars while on Earth? I feel so much love and communication with the stars at Freedom Center. Do you have guidance on how to hear and better relate? He's showing me a vision and something that I saw when I was in France, when I was like on the bus going through one specific place. I don't know the name of the town because I was in a bus and well, I'm not good at locating myself. And then I saw that like all of us, like the family, laying on the ground, and sometimes we would have tents, and sometimes we wouldn't, and we would learn about the sky, you know. And Mary Magdalene mostly would tell us about the sky and tell everyone, you know, about the Lyra constellation and how we came from there and all of those things. So he's saying, just listen, just be present. He's saying you're doing it right. France does feel like home.
It does.
I've always wanted my music to spread a feeling of oneness, yet lately I seem not to find the inspiration to create. How can I find the music again? He's saying that it's because, as a whole, as a collective, we are going through a period of rest, and that's all that it is. So it's not like you lost your music, he's saying. Your music is still there, but it's quiet now. So go deeper within your heart, you know, and know that it's okay to not be producing that music, you know, to not be putting that out now. Just nurture it in your heart, and whenever it's ready, it's coming out. Do you want that one?
I just saw my name and then I saw it and started reading it.
Why did Flavia see all those weird 4 numbers? He's saying because she is a powerful creator, and now she instigated all of you. He's saying that the 4 resonates with earth a lot, with the earth element, with the root chakra, with feeling safe, with sharing compassionately while we feel, you know, safe in our bodies, and to have courage to show ourselves and put ourselves out there. So that's why 4s are happening for Flavia. He's saying, am I entertaining you yet? Because before the channeling, Flavia, I don't know what happened, but he said that he would entertain her because she was feeling bored or something like that. I don't know. Oh, she's like, he gives too long of answers,
I
and
can't
then
pay
she
attention to the
can't pay
whole
attention.
answer.
Then he told her, well, I'll entertain you. I have to pee, guys. So
Yes,
when I
me
come
too.
back, I'm going to go into trance and we can go through the other questions.
I'm gonna mute the mic and just close the video, but then hold on and we'll be back.
Yeah, we're going to pause.
If you wanna go pee and grab
Yeah,
some
now it's like
water.
pee break for everyone.
Mhm.
Grab some water, M&Ms, all good. We're going to go pee and we'll be right back. Hi,
Hi.
guys. We're back. Drinking more water, so we'll need to pee again. It's over.
It's over.
It's my first time on screen during trance. I was on video during the Portugal Soul gathering, and it was so powerful then. Yay, that's gonna be exciting. He loves doing that. It was his idea since the first time that we did that, like bringing people on screen, because he said, well, I want people to feel my energy. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. And then we did the first time and it was like, wow. Can you hear us? I've been talking like a crazy person. Does this split? You guys. Flavia told me you were telling the knock joke. I found out that joke exists. It's out there, and he was kind of
joke.
repeating it. And I'm, oh my god, no, I'm not telling it again.
He told me he told that again this morning, saying that I ruined the joke during the channeling
because you didn't play along enough.
And then he finished the joke, and I was like, it's still a bad joke. It didn't make it any better. We just extended it for 2 more seconds.
We don't mind if you're in bed, but if you don't want to come on screen, that's okay. I don't think we will see your bra region.
I'm braless,
Carolina. Please stop doing that thing you're doing.
Sorry.
Oh, someone saw him in the Madonna outfit, and we talked about that in our I'm gonna kick you. Next time I'm gonna kick you. Evelyn saw him too, I think, with the Madonna thing. Anyhow. Something is happening to Flavia, and we're just gonna let it be, I feel like I shouldn't be here in a conversation about being braless. I feel like an invader. Yeshua is like, I don't.
Yeshua's braless too.
Yes, you're still welcome.
Yeah. Don't taboo the bras and the free boob.
Free the boob.
Free the boobs.
Free the man breast too, Yeshua says.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that when we do that, you don't leave, guys. Thank you.
Right?
Yeshua is often braless, right?
And shirtless.
Oh, yeah. That happens a lot too. That was not an invitation for everyone to show up naked.
Cheers.
There's Michael. There's Halel. There's Gandhi. There's St. Francis. Dancing naked in my living room.
I need to stop.
That does not help me to go into trance,
guys. I need to focus.
Yep, naked. It's not even like braless. It's clothless. Oh, guys. And they're inviting all of you to dance naked too. The things they make me say, right? For some reason, when you do this like ta 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 with your headphone, I can hear it here. Put it on your ear to see if you hear it. Stop being like this. What's happening with you? Can you hear it too?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm telling you, it's so annoying.
This is so bad.
Yeah, in the birthday suits, right? I see Flavia
showing how the naked dance is. She did it in
yeah, it's like
I don't know
why
I do that demonstrating thing sometimes. I can hear Flavia when she cracks her neck.
I may need to put a bra on if I'm going to dance.
I was telling Annie that every time that we are doing this, I need to crack my neck. It's like it starts.
Yeah, me too.
It starts getting stuck or something, and then yeah, like
It's just
so
the
good.
energy.
Yeah. Sorry, did you hear that? I know you hear when I crack my fingers too. I try not to.
That annoys
Yeah.
me.
I love dancing naked and feeling everything jingle.
I love you. Can I come on screen without a question? Yes.
Yes. People the ones we didn't answer the question from the Q&A that Yeshua wants to answer in trance. If you don't want to come on screen, I read your answer or your question, or if you want to come on screen, just raise your hand. There's the
I'm laughing off Evelyn.
raise a hand
My
button.
boobs hide in my armpits when I sleep. Oh God, I love you guys. Naked swimming is the best. I've never done that. But yeah, it sounds like it
really
is.
good.
Can we ask another one? Yes.
Yes. How many we have time to do it? You
Yeah.
can keep on coming.
I'm telling him to be brief.
Yeah.
As brief as he can.
Please.
Because we want to go through as many as we
Yeah.
can.
If you come on screen and then you go off and then remember another question you want to come on screen again, you just raise your hand and then I will be going in order of raised hands.
We call Eva first because she wants to
Yes.
sleep. If she's not asleep
Yeah,
already.
she's the first one in the list already.
Yes.
Yeah. And then yeah.
Was the unicorn there the whole time? That's the question.
That's the question.
I just had the brilliant idea, and I'm pretty much sure it was not me. Now that I'm saying it, that we should change something in the background and see who sees it first. And Yeshua is like, "Congratulations, you get the prize. You can come on screen too, Julie."
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You, Juliana. Julie.
Are those crystals behind you, Flavia? Yes.
Yeah.
The
So-
selenite and what is the fire thing?
Mookite.
Mookite.
And we can see
Mookite.
the card deck that it's standing on. And
Yeah.
that annoys me a little bit.
Why can't we see this now? We
Oh
couldn't
my
see
God.
before.
We couldn't see before. Sometimes I just make fun of her voice because it's funny to me. No, I'm just taking a breath. So I'm not making fun of you anymore. Anyhow, so I'm gonna let him come and talk to you guys. Although I have so much fun. I'm gonna grab a crystal.
You did that on
I want
purpose.
that
You want my crystal?
Yeah. You deal. You can have this
That's
one.
my edges crystal.
My what?
I this is good too because I like passing my fingers around the edges.
Okay.
Did it sound inappropriate? No, right? Why did you make the face?
I didn't make any face.
You made a face.
Nope.
You made a nanny face.
It was not here. Halel was. The dragon was up there, and the unicorn was nowhere to be seen.
You so made a face. See?
I know. Stop selling me out.
Thank you, Alana. I'm not
Yes,
alone
I
in
think
this.
Yeshua made us laugh so much to come into his energy. That's exactly what happened, Suna. And there's a pattern there, right? So he does that every time. Sometimes he makes Flavia do something or something happened to her. So then everyone is laughing of her. In
At
the
me.
retreat, Erica got toilet paper and she brought tons of toilet paper, or
Like
so I was
6
told, because
rolls.
I wasn't aware. And then everybody started laughing.
Yeah, it's my birthday present from Julie.
Yeshua made me do
Maggie.
that last night in my channeling. I was so silly. I resent it. I know sometimes I have talks with him. It's like, but you're using my body, right? Can you talk less about poop, for example? And then he just smiles.
I don't have
like,
that excuse.
nope. Well, kinda.
I don't resent it though.
I think she was
silly.
just kidding too.
Yeah.
Or just
I
a
know.
little bit
Yeah.
not like me. It's like when he makes me tell weird jokes and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. And then it's so hard saying no to him, right? And then you do it, and then I go like, why did I do it? I just want everyone to have enough to cry or wipe snot on. Yes. That was a beautiful display of abundance. Right?
Oh God, I was
So-
gonna say, where's Corey? Has she raised her hand already? And then I saw her.
See?
Okay.
It was just 1 hour and 44 minutes of channeling here too, Julie. Oh my God. Who could refuse? I know, right? It's not even fair. Tell him that all the time. 444 there. New York, I think, time. The abundance. I know.
Awesome.
I know.
I know. Okay. So I'll be going
Do you
back and
have
forth
any
between
idea?
on screen and written questions. Okay. If you are coming on screen, then I might not read your written question right away because I see like you coming next. Does it make sense?
I think so.
And then I'll
Where is the singing bowl? Any of them?
there. Do you want to grab it?
No. It's okay.
Or there? Do you want me to grab it?
It's okay.
Do you want a singing bowl?
It's okay.
Damn it.
No, it's fine. Go get it. Yeshua said, go get it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God. Someone said something and everyone is LOLing and I can't see what it was. I'd rather laugh about boobs than poop, right?
What?
I decided I prefer Kalima seriousness. I
that?
prefer the organic conversation more. Right? You guys liked yesterday's class, huh? Yeshua goes like,
How did he go?
very, very sexy. Just like I did.
That face was so sexy.
Yeah, I know,
can't
right?
even.
Oh man, that organic conversation was the best yesterday in the Magdalena's class. YouTube blocked me when I typed sex too. Right?
Who says that?
Alana, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, oh, you mean Zoom? Because you
No, I think
wrote-
they were talking about because Julie
What's
said something
happening?
about the organic. Now we're gonna have forever a word for orgasm, and we are forever gonna use it. It's organic now.
and isn't it awesome?
Yep, organic for life. I am coming on screen without a question in the bra. You go, girl. That's power.
Oh, I need to put the thingy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm
You
terrible
hate
today,
me.
guys.
Let's get organic. Never dreamed in a million years I would be connecting with Yeshua this way. That's cool that we are, right? Okay, so see you guys later. Tell me everything he does while you're using my body, okay?
I can't. I have to stop looking in the chat because I'm gonna
Me
read
too.
and I'm gonna laugh.
Oh my gosh.
I need some water.
Soon it's cracking me up.
Sayonara.
Don't you love the divine currency of sound?
Yes.
Hello, beloved ones. I am Yeshua.
Hello.
So nice to be here with you this way.
Thank you for coming this way again.
Oh well. You know I am where the party is.
You are the heart of the party.
Oh, stop.
And the dance moves.
I was just gonna say. I'll own the dance moves.
Yeah. Agreed.
We can do the bong one. That's how I named it. The Michael Bong one.
No.
You can teach people later, dear.
And you said you were gonna entertain me.
Well, am I?
Mm-hmm.
Let's entertain others too.
Shall we bring the first person on screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Eva, calling you in.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, Yeshua.
Hello, dear one.
Yeah, I'm looking for some guidance from you. The last year has been life-changing for me, growing into this community and learning so many new things. But I feel like my physical life, the life as a human here on Earth now, has been stuck in the same pattern for the last few years. Like nothing is changing. It's exactly the same. And despite the fact that I did so many great ceremonies, processes, I was aligned to, I don't seem to be able to break that pattern. I wanted to ask you, what is it that I'm not missing out? I just need some help with that. Please, thank you.
Dear one, what your heart earns is more connection, isn't it? And now is such a crucial time to connect with yourself. That's why we've been bringing up technologies of creativity and wonder every time that we speak to you. You can go ahead.
I wanted to create kind of connection that I always wanted to have, which is my own family. And it seems like my life, instead of going further in this place, is going backwards. Despite all this magical work that I'm doing, I cannot find a way to see the result in the physical way. It's all in my head, but nothing is manifesting in the physical for me.
Yeah, dear one, that's exactly it. It's a mind thing. It's your mind telling you that you're not walking forward. And you can rely on the guidance from the mind or the guidance from the heart. And you can pay as much attention to what the mind has to say as needed to help you move forward, because that's what the mind is helping you with. To find something that inspires you, to find something that makes you feel creative. That's the option that the mind is giving you right now, in conjunction with the ego. And how much voice do you want to give to that in your reality? How much do you want to believe that? That's entirely up to you, my dear. And The multidimensional work that you do, it takes time to manifest on Earth. Because by design, Earth is constructed with the belief of time and process. So the thing that I mentioned about connection is that connection with you and learning to listen to those voices within you and acknowledge them and discern between them. Discern between the ones that are serving you in the present moment and how they are, and discerning between the ones that are simply telling you that you're not good enough, and that's not true. That you're not doing enough, and that's not true. Or that you are not going anywhere, because that's not your divine truth either. Because God within you has a plan, and that you know. And you trust so much in divine timing, and you know that too. So how much focus do you want to give to the mind? That's your choice, dear one. And there's no wrong choice, no wrong path. There are different, infinite paths, and ones that will be more challenging than others, ones that will be more loving than others. And that's a simple frequency management kind of deal. And you, by being the powerful alchemist you are, you know how to implement all that. Now, I'll give you a more human answer. How does that sound?
Awesome.
Change something in your daily life, dear one. Any little thing. Every day, choose to do something different, even if just the order that you do things. So you're not feeling bored in your daily life. So you can see things moving. So change the furniture of place. So you're not feeling like the energy is stuck. Change your clothes. Buy new ones. Any little thing you can do in your physicality right now to help your mind understand that you're not stuck and you're not hindered and that you are always good enough. Any little thing, it's going to be valid. Does that make sense?
Some yes, some not yet, but I guess it will. It
Okay
seems
to sit with it.
Yeah, it seems so overwhelming since I'm getting to feel all different timelines that I'm working with, sometimes doing the reading work and studying psychotherapy to be able to help other people. It's all making me so confused between mind, emotion, processing, and all of these things. I don't know how to make it all simple.
What if it's not supposed to be simple? Because what you are tackling right now is something that is beyond the human perception, you know, and your brain will have a hard time understanding those things. They are so multidimensional that it has absolutely no standpoint of recognition for those technologies. And you are that bridge. So maybe what you're doing now is trying to comprehend it instead of creating a new. Does that resonate, dear one?
Yeah.
You're trying to understand someone else's method instead of creating your own. Something that is going to make sense for you. And again, it's like changing the furniture. Only one little thing is needed to open the space for more creativity and wonder.
I have this huge sense of failure in my life, even though I know it's not true, but somehow it keeps on popping recently. I did this multidimensional grids with plants representing my divine feminine, divine masculine, and the union. Divine masculine, that was supposed to be balanced during ceremony, died. Divine feminine stopped growing, and the union is like somewhere in between. And noticing this, made me feel like I failed so much doing this great. And I know that most probably maybe I didn't, but somewhere in the astral. But here in the physical, it was quite challenging experience. Would you be able to give me some advice on this, please?
Yes, dear one.
Thank you.
The idea of an expectation is what is giving you the idea of being stuck and failing. So, what if next time you just set your intentions as you will and decide perceiving everything that is happening in your creation as divine and perfect? What if the divine masculine is going through a resting state because it's a representation of the collective? Because the divine masculine had been expressed so strongly that it needs to give space for the feminine. And then the feminine, as being what it is simply holding space. And the union is always in balance. However, he demonstrates it in physicality, it really doesn't matter. It's a metaphor. Do you understand how powerful that work is when I put it like this for you?
Now, yes.
So, your perception, dear one, if you decide to see it as perfect, that meaning will come. That meaning that your body and your mind expect. And you will be able to see that and not feel like a failure. It's a simple matter of changing your perspective. And I'll tell you something that my beloved Marian taught me. When you can't change your perspective by yourself, imagine as if you are helping a friend, a very close, beloved friend or family member, to change their perspective. So let's say Flavia came to you and told you that story. Wouldn't you help her find another point of view? Try that next time, dear one. Does that help?
Yes, that was actually perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved.
Thank you. Do you have any other question? Okay. Love you.
The body needs water.
You got it. Yeah.
I want it.
Such a you got it. Such a master of the body. The next question is written. Did Mother Mary hold grief without being consumed by it?
Yes. She was a master of emotions. And again, she trained her whole life for that. So be nice to yourself, dear ones. It's a practice. Do you see I can be brief?
I see.
Being a good boy.
Let's bring Jimena on screen now. Did you get enough water?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Hi.
I'm sorry, I did this by mistake. Let me park. Wait a second. I'm driving.
It's okay. You're driving.
Yes, I'm going to visit my uncle.
Ah,
So maybe can I ask about him, about how to best take care of this loved one of mine? I'm gonna park right here.
He sees the light in you, dear one. Even if sometimes he might not be able to express it in a way that you will comprehend. He sees the divinity and the love in you. And every time you care for him, every time you care for yourself, that little sparkle grows within him. And that's what heals everything that needs to be healed. So what I would tell you right now is knowing that everyone have their own plan, the things they want to create while in a body. And that's godly, that's wholesome and divine. So keep holding space for him in his role right now. And don't take that upon your shoulders as if you need to change anything, because it's perfect as it is.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Do you have any other question?
No, I think this was some little angel that raised the hand button when I placed my cell phone in the car.
I
So,
imagine your face when I said I was
Yes.
going to pull you on screen.
yeah, yes, I said, oh my God. And I don't think there's another Jimena in this group, so
No.
must be me.
Okay,
Love
so
you so
awesome
much.
to see you.
Good to see you too.
Love you.
I'm right there in the car with you, by the way.
Okay, next question is, will people be more awakened to the reality that we are all one after this global pandemic? Or will the masses remain asleep and go back to their current belief systems?
The question on itself implicates separation, doesn't it? You're separating yourself from them, segregating a portion of humanity that isn't as awake as, just by the sheer comparison. You create that separation, that perception of separation. Therefore, you create that reality. So I say that unto you, dear one, not for you to feel ashamed or anything. It's just to bring your awareness of your terms, the terminology, the words and vocabulary you use, and the way you see, the way you perceive others. Everyone is a master. And by Earth's terminologies of awakened or not, it doesn't matter. How do you choose to see you? How do you choose to perceive yourself during a time of chaos? How do you choose to perceive yourself during a time of peace? How do you choose between peace and chaos? That's an internal question. It's nothing about the collective. It's all about how you see yourself and how you see yourself in others. And how we choose to perceive others. What if I told you that there is no such thing as awakening? As a collective of light workers, you got really attached to that terminology, and you hold it as a badge of honor because you feel the love. That is why. Because you feel so much peace with yourself when you see that, when you see the truth of oneness, and when you can feel your connection to the divine. You want everyone else too. You want everyone else to do that too, to feel that way too. And that's lovely. But what tells you that they are not? What tells you that they are not as godly as you are simply because you understand one little thing that they might not? What if I tell you that they do? It's just a different shade of blue that your eyes cannot perceive. And when they look at what you see, they can't perceive your shade of blue. It's the same sky. Every single being sees one shade of blue. Me and my metaphors, right? You will never truly know what someone else is looking at if you don't feel one with them and ask to see through their eyes. And I'll tell you, the only thing God will show you is love, compassion, and grace. So maybe the attempt should be to stop with the ideas of separation. Maybe creating more labels is not suiting anyone. Maybe right now is a time for acceptance and to honor everyone's roles. Because if you believe in oneness, if you are attracted to the concept, if you choose to be aware of that oneness, how can you separate yourself from them? How can you separate yourself from you? It's all a beautiful game, dear ones. How a beautiful creation. And we honor you. Can you honor yourself? And can you honor others? I shall stop talking because Flavia is not entertained anymore.
No, don't go blaming that on me.
Told you. Just kidding, dear one.
I know.
You start being restless, I know that I should resume.
Okay, so let's bring next person on screen.
I can hear someone saying, ooh, he's sassy.
That face though. Brandy, I'm bringing you on.
I have to start the video. Okay. Oh, I had to start. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, Yeshua.
Hello, dear.
I need just a little more Jesus today.
Always here for you, baby.
I have a request. I ask you to heal my body. I'm having digestional issues and problems with my gums right now. Thank you. And I'm having an issue with feeling worthy enough to directly speak to you and the other guides in my twin flame for myself. And is there, and I know it's wrapped around worthy, feeling unworthy. Can you point me in a direction that will send me to feeling worthy?
Yes, dear one, I might attempt to. One practice that you can choose to take upon yourself is perhaps not talking to me and expecting me to answer you, which I am, but ask me to show yourself through my eyes and accept how you feel. Because I come to you as a feeling in your heart, first and foremost. That's how I prefer connecting with all beings. And your other guides I can show you how they see you too, if that might help. And know that it is one step at a time, dear one, because the programming of the mind, it's been occurring for years. So you need to give yourself permission to move with it, because you are reprogramming something that was deeply programmed within yourself. So have compassion for yourself in that role. Have compassion for your body too. The things with the digestive system, it's your body trying to release energies that have been stuck in your digestive tract for years and years. Many light workers go through that, most particular divine mothers, because you hold emotions there. And also your body is recalibrating to those new energies because you are accepting them, because you are becoming more aware of them. So treating the body nicely, drinking a lot of water, getting enough sunlight, all those things can help you. And the thing with the gums is the same thing that happens with teeth and the skin for channels. It's because you are trying to hide yourself. So yes, dear one, I can offer you healing, but I'll tell you something. I never really healed anyone. I showed them God in me so strongly that they decided seeing that in themselves. And whatever was hindering the body, if it was time, it stopped. So again, I can show you how I see you through my eyes, if you will let me. And it is one little step at a time, dear one. It's not going to be the first time that you feel comfortable with me doing that, because I'm going to love the hell out of you. It's a practice that we can do together if you want. I would love to.
Thank you.
You are so beautiful. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Do you have any other question that you'd like to ask?
No, that was it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Love you.
Love you too.
Let's bring the next person on screen, please.
Yes. Jennifer, I'm bringing you on.
I love the feeling of excitement.
My heart is pounding. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, dear.
Hi. Woo.
Annie says that I don't behave sometimes and I make people cry and have weird reactions, and I own that.
You always make me cry. It's true. It's wonderful. It's beautiful.
It's because I love you so much.
I love you too. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I don't have a question in particular. I'm wondering if you have a message for me. You always seem to know what I need to hear. So,
I am good like that.
you are.
It's because I'm always watching.
Oh boy.
Yes, you are. I love feeling you and seeing you.
And I'm always there, dear one. Even though sometimes you can't perceive me with your mind or your eyes. Or even if sometimes you don't want me to be there because you're in the bathroom, for example.
I do see you in the bathroom though a lot.
Yes.
It's like being flying around, yes.
And I could blame the...
When it started, I was not okay with that.
I know. I knew you would get used to it though. That's why I kept showing up. And that's how it is. You get acquainted with my energy because I live inside you, inside your heart. I'm always there. And then I can begin to show you how precious you are to me and to everyone you encounter. Because you have such a pure and innocent frequency about you that every environment where you are at, it's felt. And the thing is that because of that, your body transmutes so much. So please be nice to yourself and to your body, dear one. As I say, it's my body too. Sometimes it helps. And know that every challenge, I'm always right there holding your hand through it. And I don't mind the F-bombs. I feel what you feel. I live through you, through your heart. So know that you're doing always a beautiful job, even if you're not doing anything. Because you are the light of this world, such as everyone here now. So don't diminish yourself or your power any longer. Fuel it. Give it more. Give it air. So that's my advice for you today, dear one. Breathe. Whenever you're overwhelmed, just breathe. And know that I'm right there breathing with you.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And I love you.
I love you too.
I love you all.
Okay, this time you guys almost made me cry.
Oh, dang it.
Very close.
That was close.
Yeah.
Maybe next one.
You made me cry. It's not a surprise though.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you. Okay. Written or on camera?
You sound a little nervous.
What?
You sound a little nervous.
No, I'm drying my eyes because it was watering and then I can't see
One
the
might call it
buttons.
crying.
Hmm?
One might call it crying. Written one, dear.
Okay.
Let's give voice to the ones that don't want to come on screen.
Next question is how to release trauma of grief and heartache.
You need to have compassion for your role. Compassion is the technology that is being presented to you right now. So sit with yourself and wonder. You have all the tools, dear one. You just need to start using them. I can do another one that is written.
Okay. Does Mother Mary have any advice to heal our relationship with our mothers?
We might bring her forward in the next channeling if you want. With Grandmother Anna.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to tell you today is to work with your womb and healing your womb. And again, my beloved Mary Magdalene can also teach you a lot about that. And she has been.
Next person to come on the screen is Jenny. I don't, they're saying that I have
Hello.
Leaky syndrome. Hi.
G'day.
Good day.
Yeah. Oh, New Zealand, we borrow from Australia. It happens too often. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Yeshua. Thank you
Hello,
for the
my
part.
dear.
Thank you. Love to be part of your family. Thank you for bringing us together again.
Thank you for listening to the call.
Yeah. Your mother, your wife, your children. Thank you for bringing us together at this time.
Thank you, my dear.
Mm.
You're all very dear to me.
I wasn't really going to ask a different question, just
Mm.
extending my creativity in a certain way, maybe.
You are so powerful, dear one. So graceful.
Thank you.
Am I making you blush yet?
Probably, since
So
I'm not
that's a
into
no.
makeup. Yeah, I've got strength.
Yes. You are so powerful. And whenever you direct that power into something with a strong focus, a strong intention, that thing manifests. Maybe, perhaps, not exactly the way that the mind expected it to, but it always does. So be kind to yourself, dear. Be nice to you.
Yeah.
Put yourself first. Okay? Is that a
Fine.
deal?
You're on, Yeshua.
Okay.
I know you're going to be looking.
I will.
Yeah. I'll do my bit for the collective, and that's what inspires me even more. So thank you.
Thank you, dear one. So
Bless
use
you.
that power to
Yeah.
create.
Mm.
Focus that power. Trust that power. It comes from a place deep within your womb, deep within your ethereal womb, I'll say.
That's right. Yeah.
So you can give birth to anything.
It's glorious being a woman. Thank you.
It really is. Well, although not that lifetime, but in others I was.
Yeah. I could. The tutu, the pom-poms, the feathers.
Still
Easy.
look fabulous, don't I?
Oh, strut your stuff.
Yeah. Thank you for being so gracious about it. Next
Bring
time
me
I'll
more.
show up. Yeah, next time I'll show up for you so you can straighten my hair.
Oh.
Okay?
Divine. I could even get to henna it.
Yes, do my makeup.
Yeah.
So we can play together.
I appreciate that. We'll start today. Okay.
I love you,
Thank
dear
you.
one.
Love you. Thank you for your divinity and our reminder, our constant reminder.
Thank you, dear one.
Thank you for the gifts you've placed inside of Annie and Flavia. Yeah, and everyone here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We love
And
you.
happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Happy anniversary for you too.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Love you.
Much love in the divinity. Okay.
Much love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do take most of the credit sometimes, right?
Well, you deserve it.
Oh, well. Still, without you and your allowance, none of this would be possible.
Don't make me cry.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Promise not to touch you this time. That came out wrong, didn't it? Sorry. I
think
promised
most of them
Danny I
were
would
watching the other
behave.
channeling. Hold
It
my
was
hand
just
for
a
hours.
hand, guys.
It was just a hand. We don't need to explain that. It gets weird. She started explaining.
That's exactly what I meant to do.
Okay. Next question is from Gloria. She asks if you have a message for her.
Your body is the most beautiful vessel of the divine, dear one. The more you choose to see it as so, the less it fights against you. That's my message for you today. You're glorious. See your name.
Where are the other hands?
There's two here.
No, the raised ones. Okay. Next person coming on screen is Elizabeth. Corey and Julie are running away.
Come on, girls. Don't make me go there and grab you.
Oh, sorry. I said Elizabeth and I brought Kavita first. Sorry. Hi.
Am I upside down?
Yes.
No.
Not for me.
Sorry. Shall I come later?
No, oh,
You
it's
are
okay
here
for me
already,
if you're
dear one.
okay. Yeah.
Who do you think did that? I can inhabit more than one body at one
Let me
time.
see if I can fix this. Sorry. Shall I come later and fix it?
Just if you want to, but it's okay for us.
Okay. So I wanted to come on screen to feel your energy, Yeshua, and ask if you have a question, message for me.
I wanted you to come here to talk in a way that is more direct to me. So you can feel the vibration that I offer from within you, from within your heart. So, as a matter of a practice, tell me, how do you feel right now?
I don't know. I can't feel it. It's difficult for me to put in words.
Exactly. It's not that you don't feel, it's that there are no human words. Your body might not be able to translate it, because that's what the body does sometimes. But it doesn't mean that I'm not there. Because right now, even though I look a little bit more girly than I usually do, you can see and you can hear me. And that connection is always there, my dear. And it's not like I am talking in your mind and you're not paying attention to me. It's just that I show myself through the most subtle things. Can you know why there is? It's because
No.
you are a master. That your mind is telling you that you need that big that you need more. It's just your mind. Because in truth, you are a master. And you don't need such demonstrations anymore. Because we've been doing that for a very long time. I am that quietness within you, dear one. And I love you so deeply.
Thank you.
Do you have any other question?
No. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Be blessed, my dear.
Love you. Next written question. What role does Sweden has for the new Earth? We've received many messages that the light comes from the north. Is there something we should know or do differently?
Not at this time, dear one. Everything is perfect as is. You will know when it's time to do something.
Now I'm bringing you, Elizabeth. Right. Wait. Okay. I think it's working. Okay, now it worked. I think. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear us?
I think so. I'm at the beach. It's a little windy.
Okay.
Do you have a message for me?
I am one to talk, right? I am one that always has something to say. So yes, I'm talkative. That's what they say. That's the terminology. So my message for you now, dear, is that the way the mind plays, the way the body plays, sometimes doesn't feel fair. Sometimes it's too overwhelming. Sometimes it feels really challenging. And about that, I have two things to say. One being that we honor your role for humanity. We honor how beautiful and graceful you are in your experience as the divine right now. And we acknowledge the pains and what God wants is surrender. However surrender looks like to you. That yearning is because you are grasping so tightly that you're hurting your hands and hurting your heart. So once you surrender to God's will within you, that's when everything else soothes and settles. That's the technology that is being presented to you at this time. And my second thing that I wanted to say is that you are a powerful, sovereign being. You are never a victim of any situation. So honor yourself and have compassion for you and your role. And know that everything is happening according to divine timing. And that divine timing was proposed by yourself. So connect to your higher self, dear one, however it feels appropriate to you. And use the technology of surrender at this time. It's becoming a little overwhelmed.
I'm feeling such intense, powerful, overwhelming emotions. Like the mind and the emotional body are spinning out of control. Grief
heartache and just deep states of pain.
The sound of the wind is higher than your voice, so it's hard to hear you.
Okay.
I can hear.
Very
Could you
windy.
hear?
I am there.
Okay.
How could I not hear? I'm awesome. I know.
You are.
That's where the technology of surrender can help you, dear. You have found practices from many masters that could help you with that. It's a practice because you are teaching your body something new. That's what I said about grasping it. You are grasping the feelings and the emotions and not really surrendering to them. And I know that once you start surrendering, it feels like you are spiraling out of control. That's when you can use the technology of trust and compassion. Those are all methods and practices that you can find with your masters and teachers. That's why you manifest them. It's one thing at a time, dear one. Pick one thing and work on this one thing until you see the end of it. It is a practice. And we are with you. You're not alone in this. You know I am the guest that never leaves. So ask me to hold your hand when things start spiraling out of control. So I will help you see your center. So you will see that you, the true you are the pillar, that's the word. And the spiraling is happening around you, not within you. So you can focus on your center. And then you will lose all perception of the spiraling. And that's surrender, dear one.
My heart is still aching so much, working through childhood trauma and assaults through my life.
Do you understand that you keep focusing on that, dear one? The way you choose your words. And I feel your heart. I am right there with you. Your tears are my tears. And can you see that you keep focusing on that, on the pain? And as long as you do, that's what you feel. And that's a choice. Not an easy one, but it's a choice. So every time you talk about it, you put yourself on that low place, lower than the God that you are. Every time you choose to say that you are feeling so much pain, you are focusing on only that. And I'm not telling you to bypass it, not telling you to not say it. I'm telling you to change your focus, whatever it is. Change your focus to the perception that God created that, and it can only be godlike. It can never be anything but. Nothing on earth could ever be anything but God. In any other planet, for all that matters. Every time you choose to talk about yourself as the little being that is always in pain, that's what your inner child is hearing. And it mimics you. I know perhaps that's not what you want to hear. And again, I tell you, you are not alone in this. You are always supported, always held. You are surrounded with so much love. It's just a matter if you want to decide seeing that or not. We cannot do the work for you. We can be there as you. But the choice of deciding to see the light when the days are the darkest, that is only yours. And that's because you are the God of your reality, not the victim. Does it make sense, dear one?
Yes. How to be alone, living alone and in solitude without the fears of isolation.
We've previously answered that question with Archangel Michael. So if you want to go back to that, he put that so beautifully, so eloquently. Thank you, dear one. I love you, and I'm always with you.
Thank you. How's any feeling?
A little tired. The body's a little tired.
Would you like to finish it for today or go through the last person on screen?
Let's put the last person on screen.
Okay.
I'll support the body.
Okay. Kari.
That's why Halo is here too. You were wondering. I see that Juliana hid from me, huh?
Yeah, she went to sleep.
Hi, guys.
Oh, so I know how I'm gonna reach her.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello, my dear.
Hello, love. How are you?
Awesome.
So my thing that I wanted to discuss is I recently had to, I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to, is I went down a rabbit hole. And the rabbit hole was about this whole cabal and this 4,000 years of crap that, has always been going on. But my question has to do with, how does someone like me not become part of the collective energy that's happening anyways? So as an example, this virus that's going around, the whole United States and lots of other countries as well have now become part of it, even though we're choosing not to be part of it, but it's hurting us anyways. I'm having a hard time with understanding how not to become involved with it so it affects me so much.
Well, what if I told you if in a deeper level, it is everyone's choice? You don't like it, but you chose it too. But you chose to experience it from the other side of the door, I'll say.
Okay.
You chose to experience it as what you just said, not relating to it, not feeling like it belongs to you. And so many of you right now are feeling the same way. You are the ones holding space for that energy to anchor. So the only thing right now, dear one, is holding compassion for you and knowing that you are playing your role beautifully with all the nuances of Isis, all the nuances of Lilith, and Mother Mary, as you call her, as Corey right now. So be angry when you're angry. You are showing the way for others, dear, so they can see that anger and frustration and even sex is not undivine. That's not even a word, I just made it up. It's still God.
Okay.
The only thing is coming to terms with your role in it, dear, and having compassion for that. And it's okay to have a hard time loving your brothers and sisters sometimes. I understand.
It's hard to
Have
watch them to be
compassion for that
victims.
too. Exactly. So don't pair yourself with that. Pair yourself with the light and the sovereign being that you are. It's okay that you experience it in a different way. You don't have to experience it like they do to hold space for them. The other thing that I would like to tell you is that everything shall pass. It's not going to be like that forever.
That's what gives me hope right now, is everything. This too shall pass. Everything. That's where I go right to when something is, entering and it's hard to deal with. Thank you for answering that question. I do have one more. Sacred sexuality and practicing organicing. I'm sorry, it's just great. It's just a great word.
Really is.
Yesterday I was moving the energy up, and it's wonderful. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience. And we're supposed to come up with a statement. So my statement was, I am healthy. And man, that went out the door, and another statement came in. Is that the ego pushing out, or is that what's the subconscious? I was having a hard time of coming up why I came up with, I want to be a millionaire is what my manifestation was. I was shocked because it wasn't something I was practicing during the breathing, and here as the organicing happened, that's what came out was I want to be a millionaire. And I had to share that with everybody, because if it switches like that, what I know there's nothing wrong with it, but I just thought it was funny that it happened, and maybe we could talk a little bit about it.
I love that you bring that up, dear one, because the next affirmation after I am healthy is I am wealthy. It even sounds alike. That's how your body understood it. Because when you tell yourself you're healthy, it means you are in 100% agreement with the flow of the divine that is you. And what is flow? It's abundance.
Yeah. Health, wealth, and abundance. Yes. It's my prayer every night.
And your brain just translated it in a very human way.
Sure did.
And that's powerful too.
That was it.
Thank you, dear one.
Love you both.
Thank
very,
you.
very much.
I love
Thank
you.
you so much.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. I love that.
Such a powerful alchemist, our Corey.
She is.
Shall we bring Annie back?
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, if you ask me like that, I might take another 2 hours, dear.
Oh.
You know I love being amongst you like this.
Yes. We love having you amongst us like this.
You're not bored with me yet.
No. Can you believe it?
Can't believe it.
I am not. You cannot bore me.
You're gonna make me blush.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you, dear ones. Thank you for choosing to be on earth right now to anchor this energy. That's what I wanted to bring your focus to. You have such a powerful, I almost sang like Annie does, because the body is trying to just
come back.
Yes. Such a powerful alchemy. There's such a powerful vortex of light happening today that you can focus your intention on anchoring that light, that love that you are on earth again, like we did with the ceremony. So do that, dear ones. And know that yes, grandiose, beautiful, abundant things are happening in your very close future. So keep your hope alive. Keep your faith high. Keep your frequency right up there too. Whatever means it takes. And know that, as I said to Corey, all of this right now, it's passing. It's how you choose to perceive it. I know most of you are getting bored and annoyed. Some of you have been doing this work for years, and you're wondering, why am I sitting here looking at my emotions again? Because you are holding space for those who are doing this for the first time. Have mercy for your bodies. All of you are feeling it one way or another. This energy tends to accumulate in the body, in the throat area, in the chest area, front and back, and in your belly area. That's your agreement with the collective, and it also shall pass. So for now, dear ones, just be loving to you. Put yourself first and rest. Stay with that stillness within your heart. And know that what you are creating as one right now is wonderful beyond anything you could imagine. That is my message for today. Thank you for celebrating the rebirth of the Christ within you. That's what you're doing today. So I shall go so you can eat some chocolate. Yes. I love you, dear ones. I am Yeshua. And as I always say, I shall come back soon.
Oh, yes. In like a couple of seconds.
Yes, as I ever leave, right?
Right? Let's all eat some chocolate with Yeshua now. Thank you
Yay.
so much. We love you. And
Thank you, dear ones.
we'll talk again like this soon.
Okay, that's a date.
That's a date. Think whenever Annie is ready, you can bring her back.
Lights. What? Lights, very lights.
Much lights.
Oh, God.
Hi. Welcome back. All right. Yay. I can close this.
I can't see with my human eyes, yes. Yeah, well, not only, but
Wow.
bless you.
Thank you. Whew. Okay. So we'll be back next Friday with Yeshua again.
To the window. To the wall.
To the wall.
To sweat down my balls. Down the... I'm sorry, guys.
That's how. That's what?
Yep. Sorry.
Okay. Don't do that to me. I'm focusing. And okay, so we didn't post it yet, but there's now a discount code, and it is 33% for sessions and 22% for mentorings and healing ceremonies. The prices and everything is all on the website. So if you guys are interested, just email us and we can sort things out. And then that's it. So Yeshua next Friday, and then Grandmother Anna. He said that Mother Mary is coming with Anna too.
Oh, of course she is.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So we might even open that for tier 3 and up instead of tier 6 and up.
Yeah.
Down the beach.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I am still dancing.
Making the crazy faces.
Sorry. Everyone is dancing here
Yeah.
in my background, naked to that song. No, Halo, we don't want to talk about the balls anymore. Thank you very
Oh
much,
my
though.
God. Yeah. Thank
Anyhow.
you very much. That's it. Nice.
See you.
Thank you.
Don't say that. We'll see you guys very soon.
Very soon.
We love you.
Bye.